Good morning, grade 2s, 3s. Welcome to our video for the day. Let's start with some breathing to get our minds ready. Thank you. So as you can see, we've made it to May. Today is Friday, May 1st, 2020. How about that? It's been a while since we've all been in school together. Now let's move on to our word of the day. Our word today begins with an E. That's behaving itself. It's making the eh sound, as is the N next to it, both short letters. Remember, if you make your N too tall, it becomes an H. Don't do that. Then we have a G that is making the correct sound. It goes G. Stay tuned though, we're going to see another G. But after this one is an A, and we'll get back to that A in a second because it's got something else going on as well. This G, however, is not going to go G. It's going to make a sound like a J. And I'm just going to put a small J above that in another color so you don't forget that when we sound it out. And finally, we're ending with an E. Now you guys know that there's a magic E, but you may not remember that E has a few different jobs it can do. And in this word, the E is doing two things. First of all, this E is jumping over to make the A say its name. But also, this E is making this G make a J sound. This is what we call a soft G. So usually G says g, 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 for those of you who remember Jolly Phonics, that's the action for it. However, if there's an E, an I, or a Y after a G, usually it goes like a J. So let's sound it out, remembering what this hardworking E has been up to, all right? N, G, A, J, engage. There we go. Okay, now the word engage has a few different meanings. The one that you're probably most familiar with is when people talk about getting engaged, which usually means that two people are going to get married. That's not the kind of engagement I'm talking about today, so nothing strange going on there. The other kind of engage is to get interested and involved in something. So teachers use this word a lot. So in case you've heard it, I wanted to just explain what that meant. So when they say that a student is engaged, usually they mean that a student is interested in what they're learning and they're doing the work that they need in order to get better at what they're learning. So that is what I'm talking about today. Now, the reason I want to talk about engage is because teachers right now are working really hard to try to engage all of our students, even though we can't see each other each day. And so that's why you're having teachers calling and trying to get you to do things on the computer. That's why I'm doing these videos, all those kinds of things. And the interesting thing about right now is that we can find different ways to do this. For some of you, being engaged means watching these videos and practicing what I teach at home. That's fantastic. That's a great way to get engaged with your learning. For some of you, that means getting on to the internet and getting onto some websites and practicing your reading and math. Also great. Some of you really learn well that way. Some of you, I could hardly keep you off the computers at school. So some of you, that is the way that you like to learn. For some of you, getting engaged would actually mean getting some paperwork and doing that yourself. And that's something that we can do too. We're actually getting permission to do that pretty soon. So I think that's pretty great. So the reason I'm bringing this up is not just to tell you about this, but also to make sure that we figure out a way to get you engaged. School's going to be closed for a while, it looks like. And if you don't do any learning until we go back, you're going to forget a lot. And I don't want that. You guys have so much potential and you are such good learners, and I want to see you keep learning and keep working on what you've already picked up. So make sure that you get engaged in your learning in some way. And if you need help with that, please let me know, because that's what I'm here for. All right, today we're doing a poem, and it's actually a poem I wrote. It's not a big fancy poem, it's just a little poem that rhymes and I thought was fun and expresses some of the feelings I've been having. So This poem is called Spring. Spring. I see spring outside my door. There's no snow there anymore. Warm air makes me want to sing. Goodbye, winter. Hello, spring. Spending time outside with my baby made me think of that poem. She keeps looking around my yard and saying, snow gone, snow gone. And she's right, it's all gone. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful weather yesterday, and I hope today will be just as nice for you. Hey, for those of you who've been on your screens too much, go outside. You know who I'm talking about. Get some time in the sun if you can, if you have a safe place to be, okay? But most importantly, stay safe, take care of yourself and your family, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye now.